Welcome to Mr. Lurker, where the stories are not just scary, they stay with you. This isn't one of those stories where people just think something is haunted. This was real, documented, bloody. The police report says 3 deaths, 1 survivor, a broken mirror, and no intruder. They burned the house in 2001, but some say the mirror was never destroyed, and if you ever see your reflection blink before you do, run. Asterisk, my name is Ryan. I was 22 when my cousin Eric called me and said, "Hey, Uncle Dan passed. The old farmhouse was left to me. Wanna come help clean it out?" I didn't even know Uncle Dan was alive. I'd never met him. The farmhouse was in the middle of nowhere, Colorado, the kind of place where the air felt thick, even with no one around. It looked like no one had touched it in years. But Eric said Dan had been living there until just weeks ago. The living room was full of junk, old books, stuffed animals, broken furniture. But what stood out was the mirror. It was tall, framed in black wood, the kind of design that looked like it belonged in a Gothic cathedral. And weirdest of all, it was spotless. Not a single smudge, no dust, like someone had just wiped it. That night, Eric said he wanted to sleep in Uncle Dan's room, just for fun. I stayed downstairs on the couch, but around 2:43 a.m., I heard him scream. Asterisk, I bolted up the stairs. Eric was in the hallway, pale, shaking, staring at the mirror at the end. I saw someone behind me, right in the mirror, but when I turned, nothing. I thought he was just freaking out, sleep deprivation, or whatever. But then I saw the mirror. It had fogged from inside the glass, and there were handprints pressed against it. Inside, Eric refused to sleep near it again. We covered it with a sheet. The next morning, we planned to move it out of the house, maybe into the barn, but the moment we tried to lift it, it was ice cold. Even though the room was warm, the mirror felt like it had just come from a freezer. And then Eric's hands started to bleed. I didn't cut myself. I swear to God, I didn't. His palms had tiny, perfectly straight cuts, like glass slivers from the inside. Asterisk, that night, I had a dream. I was in the hallway, standing in front of the mirror. Behind me was Eric, and behind him, something tall, with black holes where eyes should be. It moved when I moved, tilted its head when I tilted mine. Then it whispered, "You were seen." I woke up, sweating, but something felt wrong. The sheet we'd put over the mirror, gone, lying folded, next to my pillow. I never touched it. Eric never came downstairs. And there, at the far end of the living room, the mirror, and in it, me, but smiling when I wasn't. We called someone, a friend of Eric's, Jessica. She was into spiritual cleansing stuff. She brought sage, salt, and prayer candles. Said it was probably an object spirit attachment. When she saw the mirror, she froze. This isn't just haunted. It's cursed. Something was bound to it. She tried to do a ritual, chanting in front of it. The candles flickered, then burst. The mirror cracked, but only on her side. Inside the mirror, her reflection didn't move. Then her nose started bleeding, her ears, her eyes. She screamed and collapsed. Her eyes were wide open, staring at something that wasn't there. She was dead before she hit the floor. We panicked, called 911. But when the police came, the mirror looked normal. Jessica's death was ruled a brain aneurysm. They never questioned the mirror. We tried to move it again, just to get it out of the house. This time, we didn't lift it. We smashed it, or tried to. The hammer shattered. The mirror didn't scratch. That night, we took it to the barn. Eric said he'd keep watch. I went back to the house at 3:12 a.m. The barn doors slammed shut. I ran outside. Eric was screaming inside. By the time I got the door open, he was hanging from the rafters, not by rope, by his intestines, torn and twisted like thread. And on the mirror, carved in blood, one left. I don't know why I didn't leave right then. Maybe it was guilt. Maybe I needed to know what was inside that thing. I set up a video camera in front of the mirror that night, just to see. Nothing happened for hours, but around 3:10 a.m., the reflection in the video began to shift. It showed a room, not ours, a dark place, and someone tied to a chair, sobbing. Then suddenly, me, in the chair, screaming. I paused the video, looked behind me. Nothing rewound. The footage, it was still there. The mirror, showing my torture. Before it ever happened. I left that night. Ran. The farmhouse was burned down 2 years later. Arson. No one was charged, but the mirror. It wasn't in the ashes. The firefighters never found it, and I still dream of it, of being inside. Watching myself, from the wrong side of the glass. They say, mirrors reflect truth, but some mirrors show only what they're going to do to you. So if yours ever fogs up from inside, and someone you love starts smiling when they shouldn't, don't break the mirror, it's already broken you.